study, apply, do it. And then it's a habit. Make it a habit. That's a good habit. We gotta practice good habits. Do you have good habits? Name a good habit you have. What's a good habit that you have? Huh? You said what? Cleaning up, that's a good habit. Name a good habit that you have. No, name a good habit that you have. Now, he already told me. What's a good habit you have? Reading, all praises, all praise. He said reading. So guess what, my brother? What's a good habit that you learned today that you need to have? Huh? Reading, that's right. Reading. You gotta learn these good habits. Read.
That thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself, and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
So this is how we're going to save ourselves, by reading what? The Bible. Now give me some commandments, the first 10, Exodus 20. Exodus 20. Now we're going to get some commandments, some easy commandments, right? Because, do you know the 10 commandments? Do you know the 10 commandments? Well, we're going to read some 10 commandments, because the 10 commandments is very important. That's like God's, what they call our Constitution. You know the Constitution of America? Huh? You ever heard of the Constitution of America? Okay, well, this is the Israelites' Constitution. Because off the 10 is all, when we learn these 10s, we learn a lot more spiritually. Read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So it say, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Remember, we are the Israelites. How do you have another God before the Most High? What's the example? Do you know how do you put another God before the Most High? You know example of doing that? Do you know example of putting another God before the Most High God? An example of doing that? So example of doing that would be celebrating Halloween.
Right.
When we dress up as, when we put on costumes, and that's a worshiping of another God. Why? Because that's not in the Bible. God didn't tell us to do that. You know who told us? You know who told us to do that? Huh? The white man. The white man. The white man told us to do that, and he served the devil. There's nowhere in the Bible where it tells us to keep Halloween. Christ, the Lord of Lords, King of Kings, never dressed up in a costume and went and trick-or-treated. You understand that? So us being raised up as prophets, we have to learn to serve God. We have to learn to serve God with all our heart and with all our mind. And the Lord gonna bless us and be well pleased with us. So read it again.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So this the first commandment. The first commandment, we shall have no other God before the Most High. Remember that thing, because it's very important. Read.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
So another thing would be bow down into a statue. Do you supposed to bow down to a statue and worship it? Huh? Do you supposed to bow down to a statue and worship it? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you supposed to bow down to a statue and worship it? No, you're not. They'll be putting another God before the Most High. We're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to keep the Lord first. Keep God first. Example with doing that is keeping His commandments. This is what we're reading. His commandments. Read.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
I shall not take the Lord's name in vain. Meaning when we learn the commandments, when we learn who He is, we don't supposed to take advantage and say, yeah, I know that, but I'm still going to do what I want to do. I know I'm an Israelite. I know I'm God's greatest people, but I'm going to do what I want to do. We is not to do that. That's taking His name in vain. That's saying, hey, you know He chose you, but you don't care. No, we is not to do that. Read.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
It say, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Today is the Sabbath day. My sister, did you know today was a Sabbath day? You did? So you knew that already. So come, sis, come. So, what tribe would you be from? Cause she said she already knew it was the Sabbath day. Did y'all know it was the Sabbath day? Huh? So that's right. So we learning. Today is the Sabbath day. But since you knew it was the Sabbath day, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's an example of what we're supposed to do on a Sabbath day?
For starters, you definitely gotta keep it holy.
How do you keep it? How do you keep it holy? Cause that's right. If we was just gonna read it, actually read it.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So you said you know today was the Sabbath, and we're supposed to keep it holy. How do you keep it holy?
Well, the only reason why I know it's a Sabbath day because my aunts, they go to the Seventh Day Adventist church, and so I was raised up.
Seventh Day Adventist.
Seventh Day Adventist.
All right. So the Seventh Adventist is yes today the Sabbath day, but they don't keep the Sabbath holy. For example, I just asked you how to keep the Sabbath day holy. You knew it was the Sabbath day, but you didn't know how to keep it holy. So it's the same law. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So yes, the Sabbath is today, which is Saturday, but you also have to keep it holy. We're going to read some scriptures how you keep the Sabbath day holy, because that's very important. The Sabbath, just like the first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before me. We have to keep the Sabbath holy in order to keep God first, to keep the first commandment. So now we're finna read examples of how to do these things, because these things is very important with knowing we are the Israelites. Just real quick, what tribe would you be from? You'll be from the mighty tribe of Judah. My two young brothers right here is also from the tribe of Judah. The same tribe Christ came from. Right. Lord, King of Kings. Did you know that? All praise. All right, so now we're finna read about how do we keep the Sabbath day holy. What you got? Give me Exodus. Give me Nehemiah 10 and 31. Nehemiah 10 and 31. We're finna read about examples of how you keep the Sabbath holy, because it's very important with knowing we are the Israelites. Read.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we will not buy of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we will leave the seventh year in the exaction of every day.
So he said we would not. Read it again.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals,
any visuals mean product. Read.
On the Sabbath day to sell.
Sell, meaning if they'll bring any product to sell, set up a store, open a store, and be open for business, to do a service for profit. Read.
That we would not buy of them.
That we ain't buying it on the Sabbath. We don't supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath, because we don't supposed to work on the Sabbath, right? So if you don't supposed to work, you ain't supposed to be selling or buying. Just like for Christmas, for example, and this is another example. When Christmas, the 25th come, the stores be open, everything be closed down, right? Everything closed down. Why? Because everybody with their family, right? Everything closed. But yet Christmas, the Bible say don't keep Christmas, but keep the Sabbath day. Today, everything supposed to be closed down today.
That's right.
Everybody supposed to be congregating with their family today on the Sabbath day. Just how they do for Christmas, that's how it's supposed to be today. But is it like that? So it's a lot. So we found out a lot of people ain't serving the Lord. There's only a very few, but it's because of a lack of knowledge, which that's why people are destroyed. And this is the knowledge why people are destroyed. But we have to learn and read and study these things. Read it again.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, then we would not buy of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day.
Right, so no buying or selling. Give me 16:23, Exodus 16:23, because it's also when you preparing for a holy day, you prepared the day before. You already had your food getting ready, because you know everybody finna congregate, everybody going to congregate. So you already prepare your food, you already getting it ready. All your family getting ready for tomorrow, right? Same thing with Thanksgiving, how they be having the food ready the day before. guess what? On the Sabbath, that's how we gotta be rolling. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 16 and verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord.
Tomorrow is the Sabbath, meaning that Friday you are preparing for the Sabbath. That Friday night and going into Saturday night, we are preparing to keep the Sabbath. Meaning we preparing then, not on the Sabbath. Nope, the day before we preparing, getting our food ready. Read.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today.
Bake that you will bake today, meaning the day before the Sabbath. Read.
And seed that you will seed.
Or what you gonna boil?
And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
Right, and what you make, have it already prepared for the Sabbath. Why? So you could congregate and we can have a good time and serve the Lord. This is how you keep the Sabbath day holy.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Also going in the gathering, which is congregating. Do you congregate?
Not really.
So sis, in order to keep, y'all don't congregate, but y'all gotta let y'all moms know that today the Sabbath, mom, we gotta congregate. We gotta come to a congregation. Read.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
So speak, and that's what we're doing right now. We're speaking unto the children of Israel. Y'all are the children of Israel, God's chosen people. And guess what? We got a job to do. We gonna do our job, but guess what? Y'all have to do y'all job, which come congregate with your brothers. Read.
And say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
Holy convocations. What is a convocation?
A complication.
A convocation. Read it. Read.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Right. So a convocation means a gathering. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Meaning you have to gather together. It's a gathering. They will congregate. When you congregate, you are gathering in a congregation. You understand? It's a gathering. We are commanded to gather on the Sabbath day, on the holy days. Just how they call holidays. You gather, right? Everybody come to a place and congregate. So when you congregate for a wicked day, which for example Christmas, you congregating for another God. You're not congregating for the God of Israel, but you're congregating for the devil. But when we wake up, when we come to the knowledge that the knowledge we're supposed to have, we have to congregate for the Lord. Today would be us commanded to gather, congregate for the Lord. Read that.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Bring it out. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together. O nation, not desire.
We have to gather together because we are the nation that's not desired. The 12 tribes of the Israelites is a nation. All 12 of us have to gather together on the Sabbath day. It's a commandment of the Lord for all Israelites to gather on the Sabbath day. Give me Exodus 31:16. And it's very, very important. This is not a small thing. It's important. And we're going to read about it. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 31 and verse 16. Wherefore, the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath.
Wherefore who?
Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations.
Well, what?
Their generations.
Meaning you got to teach your kids to keep the Sabbath. They got to teach their kids to keep the Sabbath. We going to have to keep it. If you want to live forever, sis, this is how you do it. We going to keep the Sabbath day. Because this is how we get eternal life. This is of a forever thing. And if you want the promises that the Lord gave us to live forever, this is what you're going to have to do. This is what you're going to have to teach your kids. This is what you're going to have to teach your people, which is the women that don't know. And this is what we are commanded to do. Read.
For a perpetual covenant.
It's a perpetual covenant. This is a covenant. Do you know what a covenant is? Huh? It was like a contract. When you sign a contract, what are you doing?
Making a deal.
Right, you're making a deal, meaning it's sealed. It's something that you have to fulfill. We got the covenant. Our people got the covenant with the Lord. We have to fulfill what is written. We have to. If we don't, then it's not going to be good for us. Read.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
Forever, sis. It's a sign between the Israelites forever. So we got to keep the commandments. Now, real quick, because you said that you knew that today was a Sabbath, right? And you all sis, real quick, what would be your nationality? Judah? All praise. So you from the mighty tribe of Judah. So you're American, you so-called American black. All right, so you is from the tribe of Judah. So real quick, did you already know you was from the tribe of Judah, or is you just finding that out? How do you think? It says, how do you think we know we are the Israelites? This is a question for both of y'all. How do y'all think we know we the Israelites?
That's a good question.
So you don't know. And you don't know also. Give me Deuteronomy 28 again. So real quick, because we just learned about how to keep the Sabbath day holy. Because it's in the 10 Commandments, it tells us, remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy. Sis said she knew today was a Sabbath, but she didn't know how to keep it holy because her family was Seventh-day Adventists. Seventh-day Adventists, yes, they know today the Sabbath, but they don't know how to keep the Sabbath day holy. That's what we went over.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word